Yes. It's your boy Manny. Dropping another video. This time I'm gonna put my predictions. I'm gonna do predictions on UFC 309 and the Jake Paul and the Mike Tyson fight, and also few other matches. So today I'm gonna predict six matches for this weekend, three from the UFC and three for boxing. It's gonna be happening three from obviously the UFC 309. Two of them under the Jake Paul and the Mike Tyson fight, and one from Saudi Arabia. I'm gonna also explain my reasons for the predictions and the key points to of the matches. So yes, I'm gonna cover six fights, and these are my predictions. And also, there's gonna be a new format as well going forward. So I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. If I continue with the format or stick with the old one. Everyone's feedback is welcome. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, yes, y'all. This is the new format. Um, I was thinking of doing this for a while. So I've just like let me just try with this new video and let me give you more presentation of the stuffs I'm talking about and also give more analysis of the picks and the reasons for the fights and also the football matches as well. So I might as well just do more presentation and analysis of this events coming up and going forward, and hopefully you'll like it and let me know your feedback. So first of all, this gonna be the main event of UFC 309, John Bone Jones versus Stipe Miocic. This is the fight that's been long overdue for a year. Yeah, so this fight should have happened last year, should have happened, no, not last year, so a couple months ago, got delayed because Miocic was injured and John Jones. Yeah, it was all over a mess. I thought this fight was never going to happen, but looks like it's happening. And it's going to happen this weekend at Madison Square Garden, MSG, New York City. Don't know. So they're calling this once of a lifetime. Obviously, you know John Bo Jones. People call him the GOAT. Then you got Stipe, who's known as one of the greatest heavyweights of UFC history. Uh, and they're gonna clash for the UFC Heavyweight Championship, which John Jones won from Sergan last year. So this would be a intriguing fight, and there's a lot of pros and cons of this fight. So let's just get into it. So this is the three key points of the fight. How hungry is John Jones? For me, when he made the move to heavyweight, and then the way he just dominated Serrano just like that. Obviously, his next target was Stipe. Obviously, the dream match that everyone wanted was Francis Ngannou, but y'all know the story about Ngannou. He left the UFC, went to PFL, did his thing with boxing as well. So kudos to him. But now the next in line is Stipe. How hungry does he wants to fight this match? Yeah, he did call Stipe out after he won the bout easily. I feel he's going to be very hungry. I feel like he wants to cement himself as the undisputed GOAT because when we're having these GOAT conversations, we were talking about John Jones, Anderson Silva, GSP, and even Khabib Nurmagomedov. So John Jones is always in the top three conversations. Some people might place him as one or two or even three. But if he beats Stipe and reclaims him as the heavyweight, then he might be named as the undisputed GOAT of all time. So I feel he's gonna be very hungry and I feel like he's gonna be ready for this like he's never been ready before in his life. This is Stipe's first fight in 3 years. The last fight, as you know, was against Francis Ngannou 2 when he got knocked the fuck out. He got knocked out bad, real bad. And since then, he's just been put in the shelf. He would hope he wanted the third fight, but Ngannou had other plans, so that didn't happen. And then, to be honest, Stipe just beat like nearly everybody in the heavyweight division, except for few fighters, especially Serrano and Tom Aspinall, which we'll get into that. So yeah, those are the two heavyweights that he could have faced. I mean, he could have challenged, but I feel the UFC feel like it would be disrespectful for Stipe to face those guys, if not, if you can't like before facing John Jones. Obviously, there's money into this. It's a money fight, regardless. Obviously, John Jones a draw. Stipe can draw a crowd. So obviously you see this as a money fight, regardless of how old they are or if they're out of their prime. It's still a money fight. People are still gonna pay for it. But now the question is, how rusty is Stipe? Because remember, he hasn't fought for 3 years and he just came from an L. So a lot of things happens since 3 years, for 3 years. Ngannou went to boxing, PFL, fought 3 times. John Jones, he fought. The only heavyweight that I haven't fought since was Stipe. And now he has the chance to regain the belt. This would be a huge ask for him because this is John Jones, John Bone Jones. And he's a heavyweight, heavy. And see the way he just, destroyed Serrano in seconds. I won't say destroy, just flattened him, just put him down, submit him, game over. It was too easy. So that was mind-boggling, but it is what it is. The expectation of this fight, this could go either way because at one point I feel this could potentially be both of them last fight. So I feel both of them will go out with a bang. But then again, there's another side where it will end quickly, or maybe a dub, a bad dub. Um, I can't say it's gonna be a bad fight. I hope not, because there's so much things in line for this match. The expectations is high, maybe not as high as a month ago because of all the injuries and everything, but expectations still high enough. So I feel this match is still gonna be talked about a lot, and yeah. So now we're gonna talk about the prediction. My prediction for this fight will be a John Jones win by TKO, KO submission. It's gonna finish Stipe. I don't see this going to the decision. To be honest, I feel Stipe being laid off for 3 years is gonna be a huge factor. It's gonna come in rusty. It's gonna struggle finding the feet, and the way he got knocked out by Ngannou, I still feel like he hasn't recovered from it mentally and psychology. I feel John Jones is in his zone right now. I feel like he's just in his zone right now. He's heavily focused. Yeah, we can talk about him facing Tom Aspinall and the potential, but I don't feel that fight might happen, to be honest. But I just feel like he wants this win so bad, so he will be crowned the undisputed GOAT, the greatest of all time, MMA of all time. So because of that, I'm gonna go with John Jones finishing Stipe. So that's my prediction for this
Okay, so
match.
the next match will be the from lightweight Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. This is the second fight between the two. The last fight was like 2 years ago. As you know, Charles Oliveira made Chandler tapped out and won the lightweight division title. So since then, a lot of things have happened. Charles Oliveira defended the title a couple of times, and then he lost to Islam. Michael Chandler had fights, won some, lose some. He's supposed to fight Conor McGregor. That was a long story. That's another story for another day. That didn't happen, and now here's his fight, Charles Oliveira. So here are the three key points. Can Charles Oliveira handle Mako punches again? If you watch the first fight, I feel Chandler should have knocked him out in the first round. He should have finished him in the first round because the way Oliver was just being laid out by Chandler's punches, this is going to be a key factor because obviously we all know how hard Chandler fights, how hard he hits, and Oliveira, even though he he can take a punch or two, but if it's so hard like that, I don't think he can take a punch. Honestly, when he took the punches, he fell, and for some reason, he just recovers. Like, yeah, it depends on how hard, how he can recover this time around. Because I know Chandler can be so eager now to like, I know you can eat my knuckles and all that. But can you survive this time around? Well, we have to see. Is Michael fully ready for this fight? As I just mentioned, he was supposed to fight Conor McGregor. That didn't happen. Obviously, McGregor said, yeah, this and that. Then injury happened, and then the show was over. Is he really ready for this fight? I want to say he's ready, but at the same time, I know back in his mind, he's like, man, I want that Conor fight so bad. Because remember, this was like for a year, a good year. Him and Conor were going back and forth, back and forth. And also, if the fight's not happening, you be pissed off yourself. You're like, this is not what I want. Yeah, I do want the revenge against Oliveira, but not right now when I have the bigger guy, the bigger pie, who I've been chasing it for over a year, did tough enough with as well. And then the fight's not happening. You've been thinking some kind of way. But I believe that I will be ready for this fight. Would he be fully focused? Of course, he'd be fully focused, but it depends. I know back in his mind, he'd be like, I still want that corner fight, and the corner fight should have happened in this card, but it didn't happen, and unfortunately, he has to deal with this one. The big problem for Chandler will be his cardio. I did say that he goes hard, and the problem is he goes too hard too early. And if you watch his fights, the way he goes hard in the first round, then when it comes to second round, that's when he gas out. He becomes tired. He will taking punishments. He be taking hits. He gets down. He goes down easily. Yes, he likes to pull up a fight. He likes to entertain. He wants to, give fans what his money worth. But at the same time, he pays the price for it. And he had wins and also losses because his cardio, he just runs out of stamina so easily because he wants to pull up a show. I don't blame him. You got 3 rounds to showcase, obviously 3 rounds to win, but also showcase to the fans that you're entertaining. Um, but yeah, his cardio is gonna be a big question, and he's not young either. He's like late 30s now, so his cardio, I don't know if he's got it sorted, but yeah, that's gonna be a key factor for this fight. So the prediction for this match will be Charles Oliveira win. I was gonna go with Chandler to win. I feel we might get a revenge, but because of his cardio, I feel this is what's gonna happen. First round, Chandler's gonna go hard. He's gonna start punching Oliveira head off. Then Oliveira recovers. Second round, that's when Oliveira start coming in, kicking him, punching him, do his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, gets him down a bit. Chandler will get tired. Then by the third round, I feel Oliveira will just kill him there, and that'll be it. I don't know how he's gonna win it. It could go to decision to the judges, but I'm just gonna predict that Charles Oliveira will win. I feel that is he got more skills and more technique than Chandler. Chandler is like go hard to go home, but for Oliveira, he's an all rounder fighter. Yes, he has take punishment, but he does recover, and I feel like his engine is gonna be the key factor for this match. And the last fight in the UFC that I'm gonna cover from UFC 309 is a middleweight division, which is Bouon versus Paul Craig. As you can see, the body account of these two. young versus old. They almost had the same weight. Well, they had the same weight. They almost had the same height. Both got the same reach. This will be an intriguing contest at middleweight. Paul Craig is currently with two losses, two losing streak. Bo is still undefeated as we speak, and he's one of the breakthrough names in the UFC right now. And if he wins, this will be he will be in the ranks in the middleweight division. So yeah, let's go with the key points. Sorry. Bo wrestling skills. If you know Bo, obviously he's a wrestling through and through, got incredible wrestling, amateur wrestling credentials, skills, brought it to MMA, and look at him now, still undefeated, 6-0. So his wrestling skill is top notch, and I feel is going to be a key factor for this fight and for him going forward. Paul can be dangerous in the submission game. Um, I feel where he at the ground, especially the ground or standing, Paul can like lock his submission hold anywhere and any place. So I feel Paul needs to watch out of the way Paul locks his submission. So that could be a very dangerous tactic for Paul um, to win this fight. Will this be Bo's toughest test? I think so. I think it'll be Bo's toughest test. This is his uno, dos, tres, his fifth fight under the UFC. If you want to count the two fight he fought in the Dana White Contenders series at UFC, then yeah, this will be his fifth fight. And I feel this will be his toughest test at this point. Um, Paul, like he used to be in a light heavyweight. Things didn't work out there, dropped down to middleweight. Things hasn't worked out as planned, but it's still a tough test. So this guy Paul wants to, try get a win back. For Ball, this would be his toughest test to see if he's actually legit. We can see he's legit, but you need to face better opponents, and I feel Paul would be that tough task for him going forward. So prediction would be Bo Nickel win by TKO, KO submission. Yeah, I feel it's gonna finish Paul Craig. Um, this would be maybe under 2 rounds. That's why I don't think it's gonna go more than the second round. To be honest, you might finish him the first round, just get him down, then get him some. He's more of a submission artist because of his wrestling skills. So yeah, I'm going for a Bull win on this one. So that's my prediction for this fight. All right, so on the way to the boxing. This is a fight that no one wanted it to happen, or I don't think people are gonna watch it. Well, people say they're not gonna watch it, but let's be real, people are gonna watch it. It's on Netflix. But yeah, this is a fight that no one wanted to see. Even me myself, I didn't want it to see. I don't want to see it. But I'm a little bit tempted to see it. But anyway, this is a fight: Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson. Um, we didn't want this fight to happen, but it's gonna happen, and unfortunately, so let's get into it. These are the three key points. Mike Tyson health. Yeah, this fight was supposed to happen during the summer, but because of Mike Tyson's health, and yeah, it got delayed. And mind you, Mike Tyson is 58 years old. Um, I don't know why he took this fight. I don't want to say it's because of money. Well, maybe it's obvious, but yeah, this is not it for me. I'm really concerned for him taking punches at the old age like that. Against this young duster Jake Paul. Yeah, I'm not. I'm really concerned for Mike Tyson's health game. To be honest with you, how serious will this fight be? Well, it'll be competitive enough, but yeah, still, man, I still can't believe this fight is happening, man. For real, I really can't believe it. But here we are, guys.
How serious would this be? Hopefully for Mike Tyson's health, not too serious, but then leads to this question. Is Mike Tyson's legacy on the line? I would say yes, 50-50 because I I don't know. I can't remember if it's exhibition rules or is it gonna I think they're gonna include his professional record, yeah. So but yeah, it won't be a good look for Jake Paul to beat Mike Tyson, where regardless of his if he's like old or is like old or out of it or out of shape. This is Mike Tyson. The Mike Tyson name itself is legacy, legendary. For a YouTuber to be a legendary boxer, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound right, and it will be very uncomfortable going forward. So I feel like his legacy is on the line, which lead to my prediction of a Mike Tyson win, regardless of his health and his old age. Regardless if Mike Tyson is 58 years old or 68 or even 98, when Mike Tyson punch you like that, it's game over, man. Mike Tyson still has it. Like, obviously, yes, he's still old, but it don't matter. If he has it, he has it. And one line like that, Jake Paul will be sleeping long good sleep, long night sleep, hopefully. So for the sake of boxing, I'm gonna go for Mike Tyson win. So for the second boxing match will be Katy Taylor versus Amanda Serrano part two. Um, yeah, these two fought at the MSG. I think it was 2 years ago, and I saw the fight. It was a very good fight. One of the best female boxing match I ever witnessed. They went at it. I still believe Amanda won that fight, but that's a different conversation for another day. But these two are going at it again this weekend for all the belts and who's going to be undisputed. Yeah. So here's the three key points. Does Katie have enough a tank left? I mean, Katie last two fight was against Chantel Cameron. I feel, in my opinion, she lost both of those fights, especially the first fight. Uh, yeah, she did lost the first fight. Yes, so it went to Chantel. I also believe that she kind of lost the second fight as well, just by an edge. But they gave it back to her, to Katie. We might get a third fight of that fight. We should actually because they won a piece. So hopefully that's gonna happen. But I feel her last few performance has been shaky lately. Um, I don't know if she still has it in her. She's getting to that age now, to get to the point where maybe she may have to hang up the gloves. Maybe she does have one tank left. Maybe she's gonna save it for this fight and maybe call it quits. I don't know, but her performance has been shaky lately. Will Amanda Serrano go for the finish? Well, she has to. If she wants to beat Katie, well, she can do it through the judges, but I still believe she may have to finish her off because we don't know about these boxing judges because we see the fight one way, they will see the fight the other way, and as we know, there's going to be a lot of chaos and drama, which is always going to happen in boxing. So if Amanda wants a clear victory, I believe she needs to finish Katie Taylor. And Amanda can knock out. She's a knockout artist. She got more knockouts than Katie, obviously. So and she can also go 12 rounds as well. So if she wants a clear victory and dominance, she needs to knock out Katie Taylor. Would this be better than the first fight? That's a good question because my brain is saying no, my heart is saying yes. It could go either way because this is a big fight and to be showcased at Netflix where millions and millions of people are going to watch it. So obviously they want to put in a show. I'm hoping it will be better than the first. But the way the first was laid out and the way they fought, the way they performed, the fans were going at it. And that's another key thing now, the fans, because the first fight happened in New York. And obviously, New York is a very diverse city compared to where they're going to fight this weekend, Dallas, Texas. I'm not saying Dallas is not diverse, obviously, the diverse city, but not as diverse as New York City. You got a bunch of nationalities living in New York compared to Dallas. So I feel the fans itself will play a part as well. Um, it depends, but as of now, I would just say obviously I'll say the first fight do better, but we never know. But I'm hoping it will be a good fight. If it exceed the second fight, then that's glory days for everyone. So which leads to my prediction. And my prediction will be Amanda Serrano wins. So yes, she will get her revenge on Katy Taylor. I feel Amanda is more I think Amanda is more in her bag right now. She come up with a couple wins with dominant performance, and I feel like she really wants this win, not only to secure a legacy, but also maybe for a potential third fight where there's be more money into it. So you have to look at the business side of things because if Katie beat Amanda, she's 2-0, no third fight. The third fight is going to be Chantel. Then But if Amanda wins, she got a third fight of her own with Katie Taylor. Obviously, Katie Taylor is the one of the greatest female boxers of all time, and she's money machine. That's what that just go as he is. Everywhere she goes, she draws because she's that good. Even though she doesn't knock out people, but she's that good of a boxer. So, but regardless of that, I still feel Amanda will be on top, will be victorious. I think we'll go to a decision. Even though I said she will have to finish her, but I think it's going to be a dominant performance by Amanda Serrano. So that's my prediction for this
Yes,
fight.
and lastly, the third boxing match will be in Saudi Arabia, which will be Gilberto Ramirez versus Bouon from England, Chris Bellingham Smith. This is for the cruiserweight WBA and WBO championship. So this would be interesting. Yeah, it's very hard for me to work out this navigate, but I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Yeah. So here's the three key points of this fight. So yes, both the belts, WBA and WBO belts, will be on the line. So one of the fighters will come up victorious and unify this match. This will be a lot of high stakes on this fight. And I know both fighters really want to claim both belts before the end of the year and have a lovely Christmas present. So I know this fight will be taken very seriously. Who will flinch first? Um, it depends. Yeah, who will flinch first? That's a good question because I can't say these both guys don't are not knockout artists. Because if you look at the last performance, majority of those fights will be decisions, especially for Chris Bellingham Smith. Don't get me wrong, he just did his thing, but it depends who flinched first. So whoever flinches is going to lose that fight. So that would be the key point for this fight. And lastly, we have to talk about Joe Opetia, the New Zealander. I feel he's the best cruiserweight in the world right now. Yes, he has the IBF belt, but he is the best, and he will be watching this fight. So the winner out of these two fighters will potentially face Jay for his IBF and also of the WBA, WBO to unify that belt. So he's definitely going to be looking, and he will be the fight to make if one of these two fighters wins. One of them fight wins, they're going to face this New Zealand guy, this boxer. I feel that is the fight to make for 2025 for either opponent. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen this Saturday, which leads me to my prediction. So my prediction will be
a Chris Bellingham Smith win by decision. Again, I know these two can knock out people, but I feel they're gonna be cautious, very cautious because both belts are on the line. I feel Chris will outsmart Gilberto. I feel Gilberto will be a little bit will be more aggressive, but Chris will be using his reins. I think he has a good coach himself, so they're gonna use tactics to get him distracted, get him aggressive, and then also he's gonna hit him with counter punches, and yeah, it's gonna do just make a clean performance, a clean performance. Maybe not dominant, but a clean performance that'll be enough for him to win for the boxing match. Which leads me to the end of the video. So here are the predictions of all the predictions I made. So I'll go over it again. So John Jones will win, will finish Stipe. Charles Oliver will win. Paul Nickel will win by finish. The boxing, Mike Tyson will win. Amanda Serrano will win, and Chris Bellingham Smith will win as well. So those are my predictions. I'm gonna give you a minute just to look over it before I end this video. All right, so yeah, that's done. So these are the predictions. You can take them down. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is the new format. I know it got a little bit longer than usual. I'm trying to find a way to cut it down, but just give me time. I'm trying to work things out as well. But anyway, let me know what you think of those predictions. If you agree or disagree, leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to help the channel grow. Don't forget to like to the channel, to the videos as well. I put a lot of work and effort into it as well to give you the best I can. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye.